Long ago, in the village of Iva, lived the farmer Tata Abeng and his lovely wife Arong in their farmhouse, which was a bit far from the village. They have 4 children, which were all girls: Ajib, Eda, Omom, and Etem. Ajib, the first daughter, was famous for her beauty and always get praises from the villagers whenever she goes to the village stream to get water. These praises got to her head, and she became so proud and arrogant. She speaks to elders rudely because of how beautiful she was. So rather than get praised, she got hated by the villagers due to her arrogance. Eda, the second daughter, was always indoor. She sleeps a lot and ate a lot of food, and soon she became so fat, so much so that her parents don't send her on errands because she walks sluggishly, as it was difficult for her to move her body. The distance somebody else would have gone 5 times to and fro, she would go just once because she was so slow as the tortoise. The third daughter, Omom, was gentle, soft-spoken, but never lifted a finger to do any house chore. She would always look after her soft and tender skin. She was so lazy that she doesn't even cook for herself. When she is hungry, she will wait for her mom or other siblings to cook before she eats. The last daughter, on the other hand, was different from them all. She was diligent, beautiful, respectful, and above all, Etem was hardworking and kind-hearted. She offers help to people in need, and she became loved and famous for her good works and good looks. Soon, she had a lot of admirers, and many women wanted her to marry their sons, while the young girls wanted her to marry their brothers. One sunny afternoon, when Etem went to the village stream to fetch water, she was confronted by a young, handsome man who stopped her and asked her, "What is your name?" "My name is Etem," she replied. "And what is your name?" Etem asked the stranger. "My name is Okpa." "You are very beautiful," Okpa continued, "and I want you to be my wife." Etem laughed hysterically. "How can you marry a girl you just met? You barely know me," Etem said. "I will get to know you better if you let me," Okpa said, with a wise smile on his contoured face. "And it doesn't take a lifetime to know someone and marry them," Okpa continued. "Can I walk you to the stream?" he asked her. "No, I rather walk alone." Etem headed to the stream, fetched her water, and on her way back, she still met Okpa standing there. "Why are you still here?" she asked. "I am waiting for your reply." "I am serious. I want to marry you," Okpa said, with his eyes passionately staring at her. "If you are serious, you should come see my father," Etem said jokingly and left. The morning sun rose so brightly, and Tata Abeng had gone to the market to sell his freshly tapped palm wine to the early morning buyers, while Arong was arranging proceeds from the farm to go sell in the market when a group of people walked into their compound carrying 2 kegs of palm wine, 10 baskets of yam, 1 bag of gari, 10 liters of palm oil, and kola nuts. Surprised to see them, she offered them seats and gave them water to drink. "What brings you to my house?" she asked them. "We saw a beautiful maiden in your house, and we want her to be part of our family," they replied. "Etem," she called, "go and call your father." As Etem came out, she saw Okpa and smiled. "So you were serious?" she asked him. "Yes, dear. I meant it when I said I wanted to marry you." "Seems like you two know each other," her mom said. "Yes, Mom," she replied. "He met me in the stream some days ago." Etem left to call her father, and they both came back together. "You are welcome to my home," Etem's father greeted them. "I hear you come to seek my daughter's hand in marriage. So which one of them do you intend to marry? For I have many daughters." "It's Etem," Okpa said. "Do you know him?" Tata Abeng asked his daughter. "Yes, father, I met him a few days ago," she replied. "Will you marry him?" He asked, "Yes, father, I will marry him," Etem replied. This was the first foreign carrying, as it was the tradition of Iva to bring wine and gift to the girl's family twice before the marriage ceremony commences. On the second wine carrying, date is fixed for the traditional marriage. A few days later, a crown prince from their neighboring village, who was looking for a wife to marry, as it's one of their criteria to be coronated king, was directed to Tata Abeng's compound, as he had many daughters. And when he came, he brought 2 bags of gari, 15 baskets of yam, 25 liters of palm oil, 10 baskets of cocoyam, 3 kegs of palm wine and kola nuts for his first wine carrying. And after seeing all Tata Abeng's daughters, he chose Etem. Tata Abeng, carried away with the gifts, cannot say no to the prince. He agreed, forgetting that he had agreed to give her hand in marriage to Okpa, the affluent farmer and businessman. A week passed, and a rich businessman who visited home saw Etem and fell in love with her, and came to seek her hand in marriage. The businessman brought even more items than the crown prince, and Etem's father collected the items and promised him he would give her hand in marriage to him. Not long after, the wealthiest farmer from their clan came to seek Etem's hand in marriage, and this farmer brought far more items, and her father could not resist the items, so he took them and promised him he would give Etem hand in marriage to him. Her mother frowned at his actions, but Tata Abeng seemed not to care because of his greedy eye. Days passed, and the men all brought their second wine carrying, and dates were fixed for the ceremony. As the days drew closer, Tata Abeng began to worry, as he doesn't know what to do, since he had collected gifts from these 4 men for just one Etem. After many thoughts, he decided to visit an old Dibia, whom, after listening to him, suggested to give him a potion. This potion I'm about to give you is a very powerful potion. If applied to your daughter's face, they will all look like your last daughter, but they must apply it every day so that the spell does not break. Tata Abeng was very happy, as he seemed to find a solution to his problem. He thanked the Dibia and headed home. When he got home, he called his wife and daughters for a meeting and told them his plan to marry them off as Etem to the men that came to ask for Etem's hand in marriage. "How do we marry them when it's Etem they want?" the daughters asked. "I have a potion. If you apply it to your face, you will look like Etem, and no one must know about this, not even your husbands to be." After much disagreement, the girls agreed to do what their father had suggested. Days passed, and it was time for the crown prince to come pay the traditional rites for Etem. He brought his kinsmen and many gifts, and Etem was hidden. Then the potion was applied to Ajib, the first daughter, and she was given in marriage to him, as she looked exactly like Etem. Then it was time for the businessman. Eda, the second daughter, was given after the potion was applied to her face. 3 days later, the wealthy farmer came, and Omom, the third daughter, was given to him as Etem. And when Okpa came, the real Etem was given to him as wife. And so the 4 girls were all married, though the Dibia could change their face but couldn't change their characters, as the girl continued with their stinking characters in their matrimonial homes. Ajib, who was married to the crown prince, who has now become king, after their marriage, was rude to the elders in her new home, and the council of chiefs couldn't condole her excesses, and this drew the king's attention. Eda, who was married to the businessman, slept all the days and couldn't join the man in his business trips or assist him to do anything. So the man got irritated with her attitude. Omom, who was married to the wealthy farmer, was so lazy and doesn't follow the man to farm, All she does is care for her tender skin. The man was angry with her actions. All the men got angry and returned their wives. On reaching to their in-laws' place, they were all surprised to see their wives all looked the same and alike. And they all stated their complaints. And by the way, how come it's the same Etem we are all married to? You never told us you had multiple beds. Tata Abeng had no answer to their question, so he started to confess how he got a potion from the Dibia that made all his daughters look like Etem, because he was too ashamed to disappoint them after collecting their gifts and promising them he was going to give them Etem in marriage. The men got angry and left the girls with their father. Weeks passed, and Tata Abeng and his wife went to their son-in-laws and apologized for their actions and their wrong, and they were all forgiven. And each man came and carried his wife in her real original form, and the girls changed their attitude and became more kind, submissive, and hardworking. Thank you so much for listening to our story. What do you think is the moral of this story? Comment in your comment section, and be sure to receive more of stories like this. Thank you so much for listening. Do well to like, share,